Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Superman and Lois Season 4. So as most of us should know, hopefully, at the very least, we are not only just heading into the 4th season of Superman and Lois, but we're heading into the final season of Superman and Lois as a show. Of course, the show wrapped filming a few months ago, was in like the middle of April roughly, which means that they have been in post-production work for a bit, since they ended, and we know that the cast and some of the crew have actually been able to sit down and watch the series finale. Of course, this final season only has 10 episodes rather than the previous seasons, which had like 13 to 15 episodes, respectively, depending on the season. Now, after they finished filming, we did have to wait a bit, just a bit, to find out when the actual show would be coming out and we'd actually get to see it, with us finding out that a 2-hour premiere, so 2 episodes, would be hitting our screens on the CW on October 17th, which is a Thursday this year. And I think most of us were pretty fine with that, and it would actually have the show finish around halfway through December, roughly, maybe even just before Christmas. It depended if they took a break or not. So I think it was going to finish like 2 weeks before Christmas, but if they took a break for Thanksgiving, might I say, they'd finish literally exactly they'd finish exactly a week before Boxing Day. So they finished on the 19th, I think it was, of December. But now we are getting another change with Superman and Lois for its 4th and final season, and hopefully its last change. This season had to go through, just the overall BS stuff that was going on in the CW. Well, I guess CW now, they took up But anyway, there was then, of course, the 2 strikes, the writers and actors strike, which delayed, obviously, the writing and prep for the show, but then also the filming of the show. So hopefully this is the final change. So as I said, originally Superman and Lois was set for an October 17th 2-hour premiere, and the 2-hour premiere thing isn't changing. We're still getting 2 episodes on the one night to start off the season for the final time. But we are moving dates. And for once, it's not a delay, but the show is actually being brought forward by 10 days. So we're getting it 10 days earlier, and it's going to be premiering on October 7th. Of course, this isn't just a date change, but also a day change. So instead of this final season of Superman and Lois airing on a Thursday, it will now be airing on Mondays in the United States. For me in Australia, people in the UK and Europe and all that, that's a Tuesday for all of us. But you might be wondering, hold on, why are we getting this change? Shouldn't they have sorted this out a while ago? Why promote October 17th so much in not only the trailer, but a couple of posters and also that sneak peek, and then change it now 10 days earlier? What's happened? Well, I thought it was because of another show that the CW had, that being the Librarians something. It's like a Librarians continuation. But that was sold off to another network, that being TNT. But the CW made that show, so now the CW is starting the CW studios in order to distribute that to TNT. Very weird progression there. But anyway, this video isn't about the Librarians. But I thought that was the case because it was moving. Maybe that might be why Superman and Lois is doing this. So when I first saw the news of Superman and Lois moving, I thought that the other show moving might have shuffled things around as a whole on the network, and Superman and Lois got caught in that shuffle, as the Librarians was intended to air after Superman and Lois on that Thursday night. But that isn't the case, apparently. So according to Deadline, the move is believed to be in response to the other network, ABC, creating an 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. game show block on Mondays with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and Press Your Luck, which would have gone head-to-head with the CW's game shows of Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit, with Tuesdays and Fridays on the CW spoken for with WWE Next and Inside the NFL, so the CW just didn't really have many nights to work with in regards to shifting things around. So the CW's Family Game Night, which was originally intended for an October 7th premiere, where Superman and Lois is now, will now launch on Thursday, October 3rd, with the series premiere of Scrabble, followed by Trivial Pursuit. Don't ask me why they're making game shows off board games. Can't people just play? I don't know how the hell they're going to work, but it'll be interesting, I guess. I won't watch it, but I guess it's a bit of intrigue there. But Season 4 of Superman and Lois, which had not been slated to debut until October 17th, will again launch with a 2-hour premiere, but on October 7th, like we said. And then there's going to be a show called The Wranglers, about the lives of professional cowboys and cowgirls on a Montana dude ranch, which will premiere October 14th, following an original episode of Superman and Lois. And then this is when it says the unscripted show replaced The Librarians. That's what it's called, the next chapter. After that show moved to TNT, though the CW still makes it, I guess. So that is the believed reasoning. Now, that's not official. That's just them connecting the pieces, and it sort of makes a lot of sense. And I guess maybe they might have talked to a couple of people that sort of said, this is probably why it's happening. Now, as I said, this does not change the show for the worst. It just means we get the show even earlier than intended. But even then, we actually weren't too far away. We are just about to enter September. So in just over a week from now, we'll be 1 month out from the 4th and final season premiere for the show of Superman and Lois, which of course, when we get to that like month out mark roughly for a lot of things on the CW, that sometimes means, or sometimes make people question, like, does that mean we're getting another trailer anytime soon? Of course, they aren't going to promote the trailer coming out too far in advance, you'd have to think, if at all, like they did with the first trailer and the sneak peek that went to like San Diego Comic-Con this year. But I think we should at least get some form of a new trailer sometime soon leading into the 1 month mark of the premiere, even if it's like the week out from the premiere, or maybe it could just be exactly a month out, or maybe a few days after it, something like that. But of course, as I said earlier, with that original premiere date of October 17th, we were looking at ending around the middle of December, maybe even the week before Christmas, if a week was taken off for Thanksgiving in the United States, because Thanksgiving is, of course, on a Thursday, and that's where Superman and Lois is going to be. But where will the series finale episode fall with a premiere date of October 7th now? Well, if there are no weeks off, and they just go, bang, 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 go through all the weeks without taking a week off, and of course remembering that we are getting 2 episodes on that premiere date of October 7th, the series finale should fall right at the beginning of December, I was going to say October, of December, on the 2nd of December. But yeah, I really wasn't expecting like another piece of news for Superman and Lois until, I guess, really another trailer, or maybe some promo images, maybe that's probably the thing, or even some like episode descriptions or synopsises started to drop. And those things like promo images or episode descriptions could actually be what we start to get in the month leading up to Superman and Lois returning, because usually a synopsis comes out about like 2 or 3 weeks before an episode airs, I think, and then like the promo images is usually like the week before. Like usually they might release the trailer after the previous episode and then some promo images are there, but sometimes they come even earlier. But then of course when we're leading up to an actual season premiering, they might drop those things even, or at least the promo images maybe even earlier than expected. But that could be what we start to get in the month leading up to Superman and Lois returning, rather than another trailer, and they just use the first trailer we got, whenever it was like a month or so ago, as just like re-show that, as they might not want to show more than that and spoil stuff. Though there could be some like small TV spots that come out, but then again, there isn't really anything on the CW at this point until Superman and Lois. So is there really a point to make TV spots if there's nothing to really put them with? Unless they make like dedicated social media spots and they're just designed as TV spots, but they're mainly used to promote it on social media. That might be what they do. But if I really had to take a guess, it really wouldn't surprise me if some promo images are what we get next in regards to promotional stuff for this final season, whether it's just for the first 2 episodes that are going to be airing on October 7th, or just an overall first look as a whole. I think The Flash did that for its final season. I think we got a series of promo images that were from the first 3 or 4 episodes, but most were from episode 1. Like a good, maybe 70 to 80% of them were from episode 1, but then there were some from later episodes after that. We didn't know that at the time, but then once you see the episodes, you're like, oh, well, that promo image is from actually this episode. It's not from episode 1 and things like that. But yeah, well, it's a wait and see, I guess. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below. You're excited that you're getting Superman and Lois not just a week earlier, but essentially a week and a half earlier, 10 days earlier on October 7th rather than October 17th. As I said, it means that pretty much just over a week from now, we'll be exactly 1 month out from the show being back, which is very exciting. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.